Okay, the lighting looks a little bit better. Okay, awesome. My name is Lizzie, and I am going to jump on here and just do a quick intro of who I am and what we do at Hub of the Heart. So, my name is Lizzie. I am in my 30s, my mid 30s, and I am married to my high school boyfriend. I wouldn't say sweetheart. We did have a very amazing, triumphant story. We do have two kids. One is a preteen, and we are starting fresh over with a brand new baby that was born a couple months ago. So life is like here and there, and it's all over the place. I just uh, got out of the office life, the 9 to 5 life, going into the office because I want to take care of our baby. So that transition is awesome, and it's also scary, but I like scary. I can do hard things. We have me and my husband. Um, did I say that we're born and raised in Vegas, and obviously so are our kids. And just living in Vegas, you see a lot of addiction. You see, it's Sin City. It's like the worst city to live in, supposedly. But I don't know any different, and neither does he. I've seen so much addiction, so much chaos. I am oldest of, let me fix my hair looks, my hair, my hair. Oldest of 9. I have one sister and 7 brothers. So the pressure to do the right thing and be a good example for them and take care of them, it's always on. And, even as you get older and you have your own family, you're always thinking about your brothers and your mom, and you're always trying to take care of them. But through our life, had a lot of scarcity because my father was a compulsive gambler. He would work, 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 and then his Friday would hit, and he would binge drink the whole weekend, and he would also blow his paycheck. So that's kind of the roller coaster that I was referring to earlier. I feel like I've always been on a roller coaster, and I've always been super anxious and super just trying to catch up, and trying to make sure that you're able to get by. So just living with that anxiety my whole life, I'm just now learning that, like, I don't have to live like that anymore, and we don't have to live like that. So I'm trying to retrain my brain with as many books and parenting classes and marriage classes and baby things, and just literally just rewiring my brain. So what we do at Hub of the Heart, and it's called Hub of the Heart because it's a play off of our last name, Hubble, Hubble, but it's you say it Hubble, Hubbell. Hub of the Heart is basically a holistic approach to the Trinity of wholeness. So holistic means mind, body, and soul. When all three of those things are in line, then you're doing good. You're doing better than a lot of people. So just taking that and kind of pushing it a little bit further, I decided to just come up with a brand, Hub of the Heart. What is at the hub of your heart? When we're talking about physical, mental, and financial. And I did not include soul because I feel like soul is just the direct reaction to getting those three things in alignment. And if you say, oh, finances or wallet, that's kind of a weird thing to put in there. I don't think so, just because that is the number one culprit for me and my husband. Whenever we do get into an argument, that was something that I grew up with where that was the primary source of stress and insecurity. So why wouldn't you just include it in your day to day? So that's why I call it the BMW, mind, body, and wallet. And really what it is we try to teach, or I mean, it's a we brand because my family is they are the experimental like mice that I, try things out on, products on. Like they're part of it, even though they're not the face of the brand like me. Um, they are as much part of it as I am. So I do want to give them some props for being my little guinea pigs. But just looking at the holistic side of well-being. So with that being said, so when it comes to your body, just looking at what you're putting in and on your body, because your skin is the largest organ, whether you put something on your body, it's almost the same thing as putting it in your body. So when you're like, oh, you see something on the label and it says do not eat, of course you wouldn't eat it, but why would you still put it on your body? The same thing goes with cleaning products. The same thing goes with perfume, any kind of personal care products. Why would you put it on your body if you wouldn't put it in your body? And I know that sounds kind of crazy, like I'm not going to eat toothpaste, but you do. You really do. It gets absorbed into your bloodstream. And you do swallow a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I do sometimes accidentally, especially with kids. So that's why we use different products than other people use. And I get like that, you know, you're on a path of natural life and natural living. And that's awesome because that's where I was at too. So initially I was like a product queen. I loved all the bed and bath, Victoria's Secret, all of it. And then I was a bartender in the service industry, in the nightclub industry here in Vegas, because why wouldn't work in the biggest industry, we're going to make the most money. So just being in that industry too, you have a lot of things that you're putting in and on your body because you want to stay beautiful and youthful and just glamorous. But you don't know that those are in turn actually harming you for the long run. I mean, you may not feel it initially. I feel it initially because my body I just don't use those products anymore. But you won't feel it initially. You'll feel it down the road, say when you're trying to get pregnant, because it's been messing with your hormones this whole time. Or, you have gut problems because it's literally messing with your microbiome, which is your gut, which is your second brain. So everything goes into one. And I know I'm like all over the place right now, but I'm just trying to paint that picture for anyone who really doesn't look at labels and isn't familiar with what to look for. Normally, if you're looking at a label, you're going to look for the F word. The F word is fragrance. In that one word, fragrance, there are thousands of chemicals that the manufacturer does not have to disclose, because what they're doing, it's basically like a trade secret. So like say take a baby shampoo, the big baby shampoo manufacturer. We all know who they are. They are like something like that smell. Like everyone knows that smell, right? I know that smell distinctively because when I had my first child, me and my husband, all we could smell was that smell. And I guess in the hospitals, they like use that to like all under, in your undercarriage so you don't tear. But like that's the first thing that the baby is like smelling, and it's touching him, and it's just toxic. There's toxic fragrance in there. And it's the craziest thing that that's legal, but it is. But yeah, so in that one word fragrance, there's thousands of chemicals that the manufacturer does not need to disclose because it is a trade secret, because it's technically their secret recipe. So that's how society has kind of gotten away with it, and the manufacturers. But when we're buying something that has the F word in it, it's a big deal because you have no idea what's in there. Okay, so that's the biggest tip that I can give anyone, and I didn't know that until I knew that. So you don't know what you don't know until you know. But yeah, so look for the word fragrance, and also just it's the simplest thing. If it doesn't have fragrance, awesome, that's great. That it's better than something having fragrance. But they'll also put it under perfume, or they'll hide it under different words. So what you're going to want to do is just take in your search bar, to say the dangers of, and then take that long scientific who knows and who cares word, and put it in there, and it'll literally pull up exactly what it is, what it does to your body, and how toxic it is. It's absolutely amazing. So that's a big tip for what you're putting on your body. What you're putting in your mind is what was I going to say? Not in your mind. I'm sorry. So because we use natural products, and it's hard for me to have like I have like a little bit of notes right here, but it's hard for me to sit there and kind of like read things. So I just like kind of freeball it. And that kind of can make it go a whole nother way. And then I just have to like come back to it. So you'll see me like blushing if I'm like, where am I? What am I doing? So I'll go back. But anyway, so those are the things that I kind of look at when I'm looking at products. And the reason why we use the products that we use, which are from Young Living. Young Living is just an awesome company. I have had the privilege and the honor to go tour the farms, go look at the distilleries, just everything from seed to seal is so transparent, and anyone can walk in there with no appointments, nothing. You could literally just walk in there and just say, hey, I want to see what you do here, and they're so excited and so happy. It's crazy. But yeah, so the Young Living has been around for over 30 years. We're actually coming up on our 30-year mark. And it is just, they're just the pioneer of essential oils. And if you don't know what an essential oil is, I don't think I think everyone's heard of essential oils, but I don't think they know exactly what they are and what they do, because I used to buy essential oils because they smelled good, and I bought them from Whole Foods, and I was like, these are like, I'm just cool, whatever. And I really just used it for the smell, not knowing that essential oils were actually, they're actually used for the properties that are inside of them. And they're really just the lifeblood of the plant. Okay. So if you're like, I have essential oils too, and it's like, that's awesome. I'm glad that you started your essential oils journey. And everyone eventually does make their way to Young Living. And that's the best part, that you don't have to make your way to Young Living. You can just go right in and just start your journey with Young Living. It's amazing. And that's what I did. Kind of, I dabbled in the essential oil world because of the smells. And I was like, they don't really work. Like, I don't know why people are like, they're so cool, or they helped me with this, or they supported my migraine or my stomach. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've never felt that from the oils that I was using until I used Young Living's, because Young Living actually uses plants that are virgin, like the land that has not been touched with pesticides. They use the best of the best, seeds, everything is just amazing. The way that they do it, and they distill it, and they put it in a bottle, and they're not using alcohol or any chemicals to get the oil. So with that, when you're actually using a 100% pure essential oil, you're going to feel different, because the oil industry is not regulated by the FDA. There's no like standard to be like, oh, you can't put 100% essential oil on your label if you're only using 5%. So with that, it's just like the wild, wild west. It's like, whoa, you don't even know who's coming, who's going, who's lying, who's not. So you really just have to trust the company that you're using. And that's why I use Young Living, and I love it. Because I just know what the products have done for my family in the time of need. And the time that you really see when a product works is when someone's sick. When someone's sick, it is like, I'll take anything if I'm sick. Like just give it to me. I don't care. Or if you're in labor. So my labor story is amazing. We did a home birth after having a C-section for our daughter. And then we did a home birth with obviously no epidural, no nothing. And I just used peppermint oil. And it was just amazing, and I kept up my energy levels, and because you don't really want to eat when you're giving birth, but I kept up my energy levels with Nisha, and it was so simple and but so good and so pure. So yeah, that is why we use the products that we use. Um, and For the body side, and a way that you can get started is you get yourself a kit. Okay, so you can get any kit. You go on my website, you'll be able to see the different kits. That's the best way. That's how I got started. I got started with the the desert diffuser with the 12 oils. We have all of the kits on there. That's the best one for me personally, that I would say is the best way to get started. But we do have different like price points. Like we have one for where you get 6 oils. Like you get this diffuser, right? And it has like the candle setting with all different kinds of settings. And then you get 6 different oils. So the first oil you're going to get is Thieves. Thieves is great for your immune system. It has 5 different oils in it, so it's a blend. So there's a difference between a single oil and a blend. Okay. And basically this is for your immune system. And the story behind Thieves, it's a funny story. I'm sure people are like, why do you call it Thieves? Because back centuries ago when the bubonic plague was going on, there were these pack of thieves that were going in and they were robbing graves like sickos, like sick. And they were putting like these herbs and in these natural things all over them. And of course, with the plague, if you even go in contact with someone who has the plague, you like basically get the plague and you die. But for these robbers, when they were going into the graves where people obviously died from the plague and they weren't dying. And when the king got him, he was like, what? How are you not dead? And the thieves were like, well, we just kind of like rubbed these things, because he basically pardoned them a little bit to give them to give them the recipe. So they told him that it was and there's tons of stories about this, but basically the main ingredients of all of those stories were lemon, cinnamon, clove, rosemary. The next oil is peppermint. I use peppermint. This is for me, this is the jewel of the jewels. I use this for my labor. I didn't use any other pain reliever. I literally just used peppermint. And because you're like sitting there pushing and you're just exhausted and you have no energy, you can't breathe. It's like push, like you hold your breath and you're pushing, and you're just like, but you can't breathe, but you need to breathe, but you need to like push too. It was a lot for me. So I just put peppermint, 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 like on my back. It was just amazing to me. It was so simple. I use it as a breath mint. Excuse me. I use it as a breath mint. I use it to refresh. I feel refreshed in the summertime because I live in Vegas. Use it for tummy, like indigestion. If you can't go to the bathroom because you're constipated, I put a little in the toilet, and it like just opens things up, and it smells good. Okay, listen, stop putting that potpourri. Like that is literally going into your insides. Imagine, and messing with your hormones in the most private area ever. I'm shocked. Like I used to use it because yeah, you're like, you don't want people to like, smell that stuff. But it's like, do you imagine what you're doing to your insides? But yeah, so peppermint is amazing. Use it for clarity when you're trying to like really brainstorm, focus. Put it on my daughter, which I'm just like, focus, dude. Like you're driving me crazy. Focus on your work. But yeah, so the next oil is it's lavender. Obviously, people know what lavender is. They don't understand that it's like the best oil for skin. And for me, skin is like, it's kind of a big deal because I don't want to have to wear a lot of makeup. So I will take care of my skin a little bit more, because it's like, why? I don't want like you're just looking at my face, but you're not. You could see my neck and you could see my chest. So what, I'm going to put makeup all over? Like, I'm not going to do that. So I just take care of my skin because it's just not worth it. I'm not trying to put layers and layers of makeup. No, that's not going to happen. But lavender for skin, cuts, If you have a cut, it is so supportive for like just skin, but it really is. It's awesome. So I use this one for especially for the baby when he needs to sleep. You need to sleep, bro. Like you need to like you've been up for way too long and now you're just losing it. You need to sleep. The next oil is Purification. And Purification is awesome to just clean things like dogs. Even when a dog takes a shower, he doesn't smell very good. Like I'm not even, I don't know if it's just my dog. I'm just like, you smell like wet dog right now. Like I don't like that smell. So I love it for that. Love it for trash cans. Love it for, this is really good for the laundry room. Put it on your dryer balls and it smells like, I love this smell because it just smells clean. It's like lemongrass. It's just, it smells really good. The next oil is your Deep Relief. And this is for any muscles, like any muscles that you're like your husband, like my husband, he is a crazy man and he likes to literally work out. Like even if he's injured from working out, he still wants to work out. And that's totally fine because he's just a beast like that. But he doesn't allow his body to just like rest because he thinks it's going to get, which I mean, it does feel worse, but you do have to recover a little bit. But if you just put the Deep Relief, it has like wintergreen in it. So it feels it goes right into the muscles and supports that. And the last oil that you get in this kit is Stress Away. And I say this is the mom roller ball of all roller balls because number one, it's called Stress Away for a reason. Number two, it smells amazing. Like absolutely amazing. Like it is like a Caribbean vacation in the middle of the day. It is vanilla, lime, lavender, and it is amazing. Okay. So you can remember it like this. So I have 6, right? You get 6 with the kit, and this is the kit that you would get, right? Mom oil, dad oil, sissy oil. This is our family. So Izzy, Easy, Ezekiel, the lavender, the baby to go to sleep. Thieves for the whole family, especially the kids. And then Purification for Zion, the puppy, who is a smelly boy. So yeah, so all of these oils and the diffuser for $100. Like that's amazing. I'm sorry. Like that's awesome. You can get any of the other kits, but this is like you're like, okay, these are the main oils that you're like, okay, I can replace all of these other toxic over the counter crap for these. These are going to support my family, like support their systems, immune system, hormonally, mental, like all of the things. And you get cash back to get more product that you need for your family. So you obviously you'll get your kit, right? And if you want to have, say like next month, you're like, okay, let me focus on replacing my toothpaste or get my vitamins next month. You're gonna get cash back to buy more products. Like it's absolutely amazing. And there is no, like, you don't have to order again. Like you can get your kit or you can get whatever you want, but I recommend getting your kit because that's going to be what's really going to be more beneficial for you and your family. And you don't have to order ever again. And you definitely don't have to sell it. I know a lot of people in network marketing are like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared to like buy stuff because I'm just, I've done that before. And I'm like, yeah, you probably have. It's never been through our company because we're not pushy like that. Like we don't, like you're going to always want to share, but you don't have to share. But if something works for you, you want to share, you can. But you'd never have to do like the business side or anything like that. But at least getting your like oils and your diffuser, and the diffuser is a forever candle, literally, because did you know that when you do burn a candle, it's like smoking a pack of cigarettes in your house? And it's crazy that you have like all of these like people that are really worried about like their family's health and their health and all this stuff, but they're burning candles. And it's like it doesn't matter whatever scent is in it. It's like it's not good. And then you have a fragrance in it. So it's like no, don't do something that's harmful to your health, because every decision is going to be helpful or harmful. It's going to create wellness or illness. There's no middle. It's like, oh, but we're good, we're on the line, we're on the gray. For now you are, until you have these two, right? So there is no symptom that is going to come from using something that is from a plant and from the purest company. So, and if you use my friends and family code SHAREYL when you check out, you'll get that 10% off, and then you'll see all of the savings. So don't forget to put that on there. Thank you so much for listening, you guys. That's just the body portion of BMW. But stay tuned for the rest of BMW. And you guys have a beautiful day.